Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. Y'all, somebody got on my nerves tonight. I'm gonna tell you all about it. I'm too old to be arguing with people. I tell you what I think, I tell you what I've seen, and you can do what you want to do with the information in between. It's up to you. I'm just a normal auntie that's here, or your bestie that's here to give you some advice. I mean, you take it or leave it, it's up to you. Normal people will tell you exactly the stuff that you might not want to hear. We just tell you the stuff. I mean, it's boring. It ain't nothing to it. It ain't we're not trying to stroke your egos or anything like that. I mean, we're not trying to tear you down, but I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you either. Like, I'm just going to be honest. Everybody in the thread, you know how it goes. Everybody's like, oh my God, girl, it's okay. It's all right. It's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. I was like, oh, it's okay. You know, it'll happen. You know, when it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. Just don't worry about it. I said, on the flip side, I'm a Pisces. You're going to get both sides because I see both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like, on the flip side, hey, kids ain't all what they cracked up to be. I'm just like, hey, I don't know what else to tell you. You don't know what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? Like, and I have seen it in my profession. I have seen kids that have been neglected by their parents because their parents thought that their kids were going to be one way and they end up being something else. Everybody is not cut out to be a parent. But I'm not saying that this is her issue. She might end up being a great parent. Shit, just because you're a great parent don't mean you might not end up having a badass kid. If you can't have kids, hey, it's okay. In the Black community, I know quite a few people that were not able to have kids. And you know what? At the end of the day, they said they just had to just deal with it and accept it. They just had to accept the fact that they just couldn't have kids, and you know, that they didn't want to adopt. You know, sometimes when you adopt kids, you adopt in other people's issues. So that's also something you have to consider. Everybody thinks that they cut out to be a parent. I've just seen some parents really mess it up. I worked with juveniles for like 5 years. Let me go back to when I was actually a military police officer. I get a call to go to this apartment. The parents are having an argument. It's a domestic disturbance. I go there, but on my way to the domestic, I'm walking right outside of the apartment. I see this baby. Maybe 2 years old. This kid was maybe 2 years old. It's probably January in Germany at this time. It's freezing. I see this baby and I'm like, oh my goodness. And I'm like, where are your parents at? Where's your mom? Baby don't have no clothes on, just a pamper. And I was so worried that the baby would not understand me, but I was like, where's your mom? You know, that kind of thing. The child led me back to the house. And I don't know how, because he looked like he was too little to understand. He couldn't talk. He could not talk. But he knew what I was talking about, and he led me to the house. Like, he got out the house, the parents didn't even know about it. Working at a youth detention center, I've seen a lot of kids go in and out of those doors, right? That's one of the reasons why I left from that profession, because you get to see this, you see the same kids go in and out. They come in and out, in and out, in and out. They would rather be there than to be at home. I've had to call parents to tell them to come pick up their kids. They did not want to come. They was like, can you just hold them for the weekend? Because like, I got some plans this weekend and he gonna mess my plans up. So I'm not trying to be dealing with him. I've had like grandparents that were like, will you please just keep the child? Because I'm too old to be taking care of this child. And the mama don't want the child. can't find the daddy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I have seen where not everybody wants their kid. I have seen it. I have seen kids who have learning disabilities and their parents don't want them. It's so much stuff, man. Like, kids that are gay, the parents don't be wanting them and stuff. Like, I've seen all of that. So when people sit up here and they say, oh my gosh, I really want to have a baby, even when this child is an adult, you are still its parent. But for the most part, your kid's gonna always contact you. They got questions about things going on in life and stuff like that. That stuff is stressful. That's all I was trying to say to her little self. You know, listen, I'm just the normal best friend. I'm here to tell you some things that everybody don't want to tell you. Like, nobody is going to tell you the truth, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, all sides of it. Not just the side that you want to hear. I'm the girl that's like, I don't lay down on the floor with people when they're crying. That's not the type of person that I am. You're not going to find that out of me. I do empathize with people. I do sympathize and all of that, right? But I'm not going to lay on the floor with you. I'm going to be there to pick you up off the floor, give you a tissue, and be like, girl, let's figure out what we're gonna do. So yeah, I probably got kicked out that group because whatever. I tell you guys all the time that I work in a prison. And it's the truth, I do. I work in a prison. I work around inmates. These inmates were kids that nobody wanted, unfortunately. Most of them, their parents didn't want them. They'll tell you about it. They don't have an issue with telling you about how neglected they were, how their mothers like favored another kid or something like that. You know what I mean? So I just, I'll just be like, hey, and then sometimes these kids are just badass kids. They're just bad. You could be the best parent in the world and you just have a bad child. So I tell people all the time, like, you never know what you're gonna get. And gender reveals drive me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody thinks they're gonna have a boy, or everybody thinks they're gonna have a girl. Do a gender reveal 10 years later when the child says, I'm not a girl, I'm really a boy. Then we need to do a redo gender reveal. That's all I'm saying. People are not realistic about life, I feel like sometimes. And then when you tell them the stuff that they don't want to hear, it's like they can't handle it. And so I was like, you know what? Oh well, I got my own platform. I'm here. I got my own YouTube channel. I can say what the heck I want to say. This is how I feel about it. But yeah, that's what happened today. And it just was like, I was annoyed by it. When you go see a counselor, the mental health professional is not going to sell you a pipe dream. It's not going to, sell you a bowl of rainbows and sunshine. They're not. They're really not. They're not there to do that, for you, to you, whatever like that. They're going to help you, like, see if there are options that you can explore. And then if there aren't any options that you can explore, they're going to try to help you with accepting the reality that you may not be able to have a child, and then what that means and what you can do from there. So that's it. I don't understand why people get in their feelings about the truth. I don't understand why it's so hard to accept that is what it is. There is no, that's what it is. Those are your only options. I'm like, why does that hurt so bad to hear the truth? Because it is what it is. Criminals think that they can do whatever they want to do. Criminals have issues with you telling them no. They do not like to hear the word no. A criminal is going to figure out how to make things happen, regardless of the outcome, who it hurts, anything like that. It's all about how they feel about the situation. Not too long ago, there was a story that I heard about. It was about a lady who was best friends with another lady who was pregnant. They were that close. They were best friends. This lady pretended to be pregnant at the same time as her best friend. She even fooled her boyfriend into thinking that she was expecting. But guess what? She was never pregnant. She ended up killing her best friend, putting her best friend in a suitcase in the trunk of the car and taking her best friend's baby, taking the baby home and acting like that was her child. Do you think that that lady needed to see a psychologist or needed some mental health help? I think so. Because I think somebody needed to be talking to her about her options of not being able to have a child and what that means, and how to deal with the possibility of just not being able to have a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't went into a whole nother lane now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just determined that you're gonna get what you want. Sometimes, hey, in life, it ain't gonna always happen for you. You can like it, you cannot like it, but I'm just the auntie here to tell you that sometimes it ain't gonna happen. And that's just the way life goes. And you just have to figure out how to deal with it. Anyways, I want to give a shout out to Tiffany, because Tiffany was holding me down during COVID. Victoria, Anthony Stacks, of course, always Deb, Jack, Lisa Robinson, yeah, Charlene Roy, Pamela, Tanya C, Janet, always Janet, Kimberly Coleman, Jean, Ivy C, two Ivies, KCB, Tree G Glass, Christine Lockman, Samantha, Danielle, Laura, hanging with D, my girl D, Tanisha. Y'all, let me tell y'all about Tanisha. Been around for a long time, from New York. Cause like when I first started this channel, her name always would stick out because I would just always remember, like, she was always commenting and saying stuff. So, hey girl, hey, what's up girl? But yeah, I hope you guys know, like, I never forget you guys. Kendra Simmons, she pops up here and there. She says some stuff here and there. Melanie Quinn is another one that's always commenting here and there. Terry Carter, that's another OG. Peggy Martin, I see her name sometimes. Linda Tomlinson, I see you sometimes too. Karen B, that's another one who is an OG. Marjorie Earl Dean,